Hello everyone from the Biomedical College. Today in the e-learning innovation series, we have with us Dr. Fazia Shirshad. Dr. Fazia Shirshad is currently the Director of Medical Education at the Biomedical College for Girls. Dr. Fazia has over 25 years of experience as a clinician, as a quality assessor. She has been an administrator and medical educationist in many countries, including being the lead coordinator of curriculum reform teams. Dr. Fazia is a global project advisor of International Famer Institute at Philadelphia. Dr. Fazia holds a MBBS degree, and Dr. Fazia holds a Master's in Medical Education, a PhD in Medical Education. She also has her fellowship from Famer, and she is a fellow of Royal College of Practitioners, and it's from Glasgow, right? Right. And Dr. Fazia has been involved in the training of EFQM. Dr. Fazia was also appointed as a senior assessor of the Dubai Quality Award. She's an honorary faculty of medical education at Keele University, UK. So in today's series, Dr. Fazia will be taking us or skimming us through the aspects of quality. We chose the topic of digital education, Unveiled, navigating the quality landscape. So a quick introduction to the quality in medical education, quality in healthcare, and how Industry 5.0 has led us to Quality 5.0. And let's hear from Dr. Fazia what she has to say about it.
Well, first of all, let me thank Dr. Shipine for the generous introduction. And thank you very much for this opportunity. I look forward to the session. So when we are navigating the quality landscape, let's first think what quality is all about. Quality is all about the pursuit of excellence. And the pursuit of excellence involves achieving the highest standards of student outcomes and institutional outcomes and outcomes based on the population. So the contribution to the society is what matters. And any quality measure or indicator has to be focused on the betterment of the entire population. So when we come to the landscape of quality, we are moving towards Quality 5.0. So this is where we are focusing on, and this is the future.
So what is this Quality 5.0, and how does it differ from previous models of quality in healthcare and medical education? What is its relation with Industry 5.0? So being a I have a degree in healthcare education, like an MBA. So when we study the market analysis, it's the same thing about how your product has to be different. So has the product been replaced by the student achievement in modern days, and how the industrial revolution and industry development is affecting the social as well as the education aspect of it? Are they interrelated or are they different?
It's a very interesting question, Dr. Shivang. The beauty is that Quality 4.0 is where we are living through and what we are going through right now. And we are talking about Quality 5.0, which is the future. We just have stepped into it and we are looking forward to the future. Now, the beauty is that and the trigger for Quality 4.0 as well as Quality 5.0 has come from, of course, it has come from Industry 5.0. So Quality 4.0 indicates digitization. So from digitization, we are moving to personalization. So it is building upon the level of digitization that we are achieving at the moment. And this is what we are witnessing at the moment now, the exponential growth of information technology and digitization and technology, artificial intelligence and deep learning that we can see around us. This has to be focused on personalization. It has to focus on personalized needs of humanity. It is not anymore about patient care or student anymore. It's about humanity, and it's even beyond humanity. We are going to talk about all living beings and the environment rather than just patient-centered care and student-centered learning that we have been talking.
Yeah. So I was going through one article recently where it was mentioning that the Quality 5.0 will promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in healthcare and medical education. So, what will be the challenges that must be overcome in order to achieve these goals?
The fact is that even if we have surpassed all our own expectations with the 4.0 initiative or the fourth generation initiative, where artificial intelligence and deep learning and the Internet of Things have taken over by storm. Let's take healthcare. Now, if we look at the diagnostic modalities which have come up, you will always see that diversity has not been included in it as well as it should be. So the inclusivity and diversity that we are talking about is not there. So if we look at artificial intelligence, it is based on retrospective studies. So you take 27, 28, maybe 100 retrospective studies, and you will find 80% of them were involving a particular ethnic group or a particular race or a particular strata of society. So the diagnostic tool will not be as effective for the marginalized sections of society which were not included in the retrospective study, because artificial intelligence based algorithms based on retrospective information knowledge which comes from previous studies.
Natural process learning
needs this needs personalization. This needs a human element. So we have to see that digitization and the care that is given to the people go hand in hand. It's a partnership between the individual and technology, which goes hand in hand. For example, you could think like there is a robot which is walking with you throughout for every human being, and it should be based on needs. It should not be based on affordability and economic ability of the person. So it should be reachable to all, irrespective of the strata of society that we are talking about. But we have not reached it. So this is why this is our vision for the future. So this is the reason why we have taken 5.0 as our vision for the future to achieve this level of inclusivity.
So, Dr. Fauziya, some potential drawbacks or challenges that are associated with implementing this Quality 5.0, and how can these be addressed?
What the fear that goes into everyone's mind is that, is this going to replace the human being? Is this going to make all our people jobless? But it's on the contrary. What we can actually anticipate from what we have seen is that the people in the labor force or the task force or the workforce which are involved in education and healthcare have to move with the digital developments. They have to be ready to work with the digital tool in order to make it error-free and in order to make it personalized and in order to add the emotional component. If Quality 4.0 was digitization, where there is technology and it involves artificial intelligence or IQ, Quality 5.0 involves precision medicine, personalized medicine, and IQ rather than IQ.
That's right. Okay, yes. So, this is the fifth wave, and how far have you been able to achieve it? Have you started your process of getting involved in?
Across the globe, I should say, it is in its stage of infancy. So it is a vision rather than achieving it, we are creating. Now, education cannot predict the future. Education cannot handle or be tackling, cannot solve all the problems of the future. But education can create the tools which will help you tackle the future. So this is what we are aiming at. Now, if you look around you, you will see already in the UAE, we have started the Advanced Skill program, which focuses on 21st century skills, collaboration skills, the critical thinking skills, the IT skills. These are prioritized. If you look at universities, you will see that they are talking about sustainability development goals. They don't stop at educating the student. They are looking at how to improve the world, how to counter the climate change which is happening, how to improve the world, the environment. So this is how the focus has started, and everyone is thinking about it. And I told you it's a partnership with digitalization and another partnership with the individual. So when we used to focus a lot on hard sciences, now the focus is shifting to social sciences. People are talking about equity and about provision of care to the special needs and to provide support for the people who need it the most rather than affordability.
Yes. So let's see, Industry 5.0, Quality 5.0, Society 5.0. So it goes hand in hand. And we will be seeing the use of smart big data analytics, artificial intelligence, smart real-time analytics, and their impact to resolve numerous human challenges in healthcare as well as education, and the concept of smart cities in the Society 5.0. Okay, so digitalization is the word, big analytics is the word, Internet of the Things is the word. So how ready are we? How ready is the generation to accept it? Let's talk about all the generations and how will be their perspective towards accepting this change.
In fact, the generation is going to benefit from the change that's going to happen. The generation is going to be the customers or the curious for receiving the benefits of the 5.0, because at the center of 5.0 is the person, the individual. So every individual is at the center. And the beauty of 5.0, it has the predictive quality. So if we talk about quality 5.0, until now we were talking about how we are going to make sure that the institution is maintaining the highest standards of quality. But from now on, we're going to talk about algorithms which will be able to predict the performance in the future. We are going to make predictions about the patient. So we are not going to talk anymore about patients because nobody is sick. We're talking about well-being here. So every human being is marching towards their well-being with the knowledge of what could happen to them. So the predictive medicine is able to predict what diseases would come or would happen and take preventive measures before they even happen. So this is a continuity or continuum of well-being that we are trying to establish. And we are trying to focus on the most needed people. And also we want to make the whole thing have empathy and compassion. Instead of just giving the treatment, the diagnosis on the table, we are going to put forward to them the human touch and make them feel cared for and comforted for. And they feel that they have their rightful place in the society.
So here comes my favorite question about the digital etiquettes. So what should be the basic rules of conducting these etiquettes when we are using technology, and what must the generations follow to be responsible citizens while using technology?
It's a very interesting question, and this is an aspect which has great implications in future, because with the vast expansion that is happening, a lot of people are coming up with the same findings in different places, and different new innovative ideas and technological breakthroughs are coming on a day-to-day basis. So this is why we say we need to have 5.0 go side by side with digitization, because there needs to be respect for autonomy, a respect for your peers, and respect for the needy, and support everyone at the same level. So inclusivity, equity, and social justice are at the center of 5.0.
5.2, yeah. So here comes the concept of digital citizenship again, and going through some basic rules for attaining these netiquettes or digital etiquettes. So just going through, like, we know how to deal with these things, and at the same time we should know how to protect ourselves, like our private information, including the passwords, our addresses, our whereabouts, and should be more focused towards positivity rather than negativity, or using the gray side of the technology as such. So do you think that the current healthcare and current education or health profession education, we should tackle these things? We should teach students from year one about the digital etiquettes or the netiquettes, as we
Of course, this has been so for quite some time. I should say from year one in medical schools and in other centers of higher education, and even in primary education, this kind of etiquette is inbuilt, and you will find that the new generation is more inclusive and more open to accepting, culturally accepting different societies, and they have abolished the differences among them. Now, for having said that, we have to be aware of the negative forces which are in place in the society and in the world currently, and these have to be curbed actively. And it is of paramount importance that teachers are trained to deal with it. And we are coming to an era where we talk about student-driven learning, and teachers have to be trained to develop their skills of coaching and mentoring students in the right way. So we have to have the security systems in place. We have to educate our students from a very early stage about the perils of the digitization which is coming. So that's exactly why 5.0 is the most needed change that is coming.
Yeah, so as we may say, this is the future of the healthcare and medical education, and it will continue to evolve and it will improve as the process of natural learning process goes. The machine learns by its own process. So I think we as human beings, we also have to adapt to the continuous evolving changes that we see around, rather than letting the machine to mimic us. We should start mimicking the machine and to be ahead of the time and constantly learn and be, as I say, lifelong learners. So we have to, because I think there's a huge potential in technology and digitalization. This is a buzzword, and I think we have to prepare our generations for the future technological advancements. And I think that this is going really amazing. Dr. Paulsey, it was so enthralling to have you here in this session. Still, I would want you to give a final takeaway on how this digital education and as we said, navigating the quality landscape. Still we are navigating, and let's keep our GPS, VPS, everything on, and let's not lose the path. So we need experts like you to guide us through, and let's see how the journey goes and where quality will take us. So thank you, Dr. Fawzia. Thank you for joining me here today.
And Shubin Kilax. And after the number is now again beautifully summarized by you, Dr. Shubhan. Amazing. The only thing I would like to say is that we have to, when we look at Quality 5.0 or Health 5.0 or Education 5.0, let's think about walking hand in hand or with the population.
Exactly.
And holding digital education.
Keeping in mind Society 5.0, Industry 5.0, so many O's there.
And Era 5.
Era 5.0. Thank you, Fawzia. It was amazing having you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.